Hi everyone, welcome to Founder Made. It's wonderful to see you all here. There's so many of you. I'm going to talk with this microphone very close to my face. My name is Laura Feinstein, and I'm Kickstarter's Senior Design and Tech Editor. For those of you not familiar, Kickstarter is the leading and largest crowdfunding platform. And today I'll be discussing what makes an innovative brand and how you keep that sustainability as you keep going. And I will have an illustrious panel with me today of 5 wonderful folks. I will kick it off and let them introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Gemma Colao, and I'm the founder and creative director of Oto. For those of you that don't know Oto is a British-founded luxury wellness brand. Everything we do is about bringing the body and mind back to balance. And we do this really holistically through thoughtful products that easily and enjoyably fit into your everyday lives, and through experiences that help cut through the noise and find balance.
Wonderful.
Awesome. My name is Greg Davidson. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Lalo, and we make baby products that parents are equally proud to own.
Hi, I'm Tina Shim. I'm the SVP of Brand Marketing at IPSY, the world's largest beauty subscription. And we have been able to become #1 in the market by providing personalized beauty subscription recommendations and advice to each of our millions of members.
Hi, I'm Michelle Larivee, and I am the founder and CEO of Within. Within is making holistic healing rooted in traditional Chinese medicine more accessible. And we have retail, acupuncture, and cupping studios here in New York, as well as an omni-channel line of holistic products, including acupressure, organic herbal supplements, and ancient beauty tools.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jackson Corley. You've probably seen our products on TV, but not know they're ours. We make the first wearable anti-inflammatory. So if you have a problem with your body and you want to not take medication, we're the go-to as far as if you're LeBron James or Steph Curry or whoever you are, famous, wearing the product. And today we're going to talk about that sustainability of our brand. We're in 40 countries. We're in 6 different types of businesses, and look forward to making today an amazing day for you guys.
Thank you all. So many of our Kickstarter creators start off with one career and pivot as they find that there are needs that are not being addressed. And it's the really wonderful part about what we do. And every panelist here had a full career before they went on to found their current company. So I want to leave the floor open for them to discuss their past lives and how it influenced what they're currently doing.
So my background is fashion, and my journey to found Oto was a very personal one. I was actually working here in the US in San Francisco in the fashion industry. It's very fast-paced, quite stressful. I had always suffered from anxiety, and in turn that had led to really bad sleep, and my general well-being was completely out of kilter. And one day a colleague recommended that I tried CBD. And I have to be honest, I was really skeptical to start with. I had no idea what they were even saying. I think I said CB what, and they said, oh, it derives from cannabis. And I was like, oh my God, no way, that sounds terrible. But then I realized I did a lot of research into it and realized that it was a really interesting natural ingredient that had a lot of science backing behind it. So I tried it. And I can honestly say that it really changed my life. I started sleeping better, I started feeling less anxious, and I just became obsessed with this ingredient and all of the wonderful benefits that it had. I had my first little boy here in the US, so I have a little American son, and I decided to move back to the UK, mostly for the free childcare, obviously.
Clearly.
Yeah, of course. And it was a really interesting time in the UK there because CBD had just become legal. And I was really excited to try it, but sadly, no one was doing it properly. No one was putting enough of the CBD in to even work, and it was really a disaster. Really horrible products, nothing thoughtful, nothing really effective, and nothing that you'd enjoy using. So it helped me so much personally. I wanted to help others, and I wanted to do it in a really thoughtful and effective way, and with products that you'd be proud to use and gift your mum or your sister. And that was my journey to found Oto.
Cool. My journey, kind of interesting. I mean, I started my career for 10, 12 years before starting this in B2B SaaS. So I was leading teams of 50, 60 people, selling a variety of different products based on where I worked. And I always was just like, I'm selling something digital. It'd be really cool to sell something physical one day. Ironically, I was going through the experience of registering for my wedding. I'm not sure how many people have done that before, right? So I'm registering for pots and pans and picture frames and knives and all of that stuff. And as I say, when you go through that experience, you've cooked an omelet before, I would imagine, maybe. And so you have this baseline understanding of how much would I spend for that? What makes a good pan? Or you're picking up a nice fork. This one is a little bit heftier than maybe the crappy one you used in college. And a good friend of mine around the same time was registering for his first kid. And what became pretty clear was the stark difference in experiences. While he and his wife didn't know what they needed, why they needed it, what the product did, when they were supposed to use the product, any of the brands that truly existed, and then ultimately how much should they be spending for the product. And so this kind of just piqued my curiosity, knowing, I'll probably have kids at some point. And just seeing a huge, opportunity in this category to build something that wasn't just product focused and selling fear and anxiety, and ultimately selling a brand that they could trust as well as the products. And so, we fell into it then. We started working on this in 2017, and then we ended up launching in 2019.
So IPSY is in the beauty space, and I have been a beauty fan ever since high school, when I would have group of girlfriends over, have a big masking party. We'd all bring our stuff and share it and try to discover and ultimately try to find something that worked best for each of us. And we're all a little bit different. Fast forward, I've now spent 18 years in the beauty space, mostly on the brand side, and it's the same. There are so many amazing products out there, but it's so hard for those products and brands to connect with the people they were meant to make their lives better. And so it's just such a delight for me now to be at IPSY, where that is our core innovation. That is what we do. We connect people who have very specific needs and wants in the beauty space to help them feel like their best selves. And we, quite frankly, used AI before it was a hot topic. So back from our founding, we had machine learning predictive AI that from 500 data points per member is able to help personalize a monthly subscription box for them in the beauty space. So it's been a really fun, full circle journey for me to go from having to play the recommender to being able to recommend people to basically do it for themselves with the help of IPSY.
I was inspired to start within following my own personal health transformation with Chinese medicine. Before starting within, I was in finance and consulting, but then I had a ski accident and ended up with dislocated vertebrae in my neck and a fracture in my back, and was essentially in chronic pain. And I tried everything from physical therapy to shots and injections, painkillers and muscle relaxers, and really nothing worked until my doctor suggested acupuncture. And at the time, I really didn't know too much about it, but was willing to try literally anything. And what I found was that the pain relief was immediate, which was really exciting, and I was able to stop taking painkillers and muscle relaxers. But then as I was going more regularly, I realized that I was also sleeping better, I was less stressed, I had a stronger immune system and got sick less often, and it just felt really empowering felt like I had this whole new set of tools that were available to me that I had no idea before. I'd always been someone that, worked out and ate healthy and was getting into yoga and meditation, but this really felt like the next level of health for me because it was about physical health meets mental health, prevention, longevity. So it was really transformative. And then kind of fast forward a year or so later, and I was going through some fertility issues and was able to, through acupuncture and Chinese herbal medicine, to successfully get pregnant. So completely changed my life. And from there, I just found that while the results were amazing, the actual experience was a little bit frustrating. It was expensive. It was hard to get an appointment. And I would also tell, I became a huge advocate and would try to tell friends, colleagues, suffering from migraines, training for a marathon, digestive issues, painful periods, try acupuncture, take herbs, do this. And I just found that it was really hard for people to get started and to find a place that felt safe and trusted. And so that was the inspiration for Within, was how do we bring these time-tested, really powerful and proven modalities to a much wider audience by, creating a beautiful hospitality-forward experience, by creating products that are, made in the USA and have third-party quality testing. And we're just really passionate, and it's been really rewarding to see the impact that we've had on our clients' lives from the very first day.
So I was a chiropractor for 22 years, worked as an Olympic chiropractor, worked on NFL players, did extreme sports, and just like everyone else out here, sometimes you have an accident that changes your life. I happened to be mountain biking by myself, and I've been ridiculed so many times, because we're in 40 countries, I get interviewed all over the world. And I hit a lava rock and flew off a ravine mountain biking and biked out by myself. I have 9 herniated discs. I have no feeling in my legs right now. I have no feeling down my right arm. I was in a walker and a wheelchair. And the spinal doctors wanted to fuse my spine. And I think innovation comes when you're at your lowest point, when you get an aha moment, or some divine intervention comes in, and that's exactly what happened to me. So I was a chemistry background, and I just got an aha moment thinking, what if I take this semiconductor and put it in this product? I'm like, what the hell, where'd that come from? It's like a deja vu, or it's like someone talking to you from outside. But I did it, and within a few weeks, I had total foot drop. I was in the walker in a wheelchair. And I made a miraculous recovery. I still can't feel my legs. I don't feel my arm. And I developed a product to help myself. Then I had knee pain. I developed a knee product. I couldn't feel my feet. And I think sometimes this is the passion where it comes from. It has to come from within. To be able to create something that's amazing and something that's going to be a paradigm shifter and it's going to change the world, we need to be living that every day in our companies. And that's what I'm doing every single day, from my team, all the way down, is the passion comes from you, with you guys, to make everything amazing. So that's where my passion came from. And if you've had that experience, you're trying to change everybody's life because you affected your own.
Thanks so much. So as founders and creators, it's not just enough to have a really great idea. You have to keep innovating. You have to keep pushing forward. I know, Tina, you have been using AI in your products. Many of you have been using social media more. Is there one way in which you have had to rethink your business or innovate during the course of when you launched till now?
I think that the answer to that is all the time, right? Like, you have to do it every single day. I think one of the things that's been really interesting for me is that because I don't come from a well-being, wellness, beauty background, I come from a fashion background, I'm able to look at it through a little bit of a different lens and question everything and use all of that curiosity to say, well, why does it have to be like that? Why can it not be better? How can we push this forward? How can we make it more transformational? And I think this is one of the things that we do really well at Oto. One of the examples of this would be our spa proposition. So for us, we always consider our products to be more than just a product. It's a whole experience. But then we worked out that we could do our own spa experiences that incorporated our products and also gave people a transformational experience themselves. And we looked at this from a 360 lens. We thought about everything. We developed our own soundscapes to actually accompany our treatments. So it's so interesting. I think, you know, a lot of us, we love treatments, we love massages. We get on the bed, we lie there, we're saying to ourselves, this is going to be an amazing experience, I'm going to love this is great. And, you know, then within a minute, you're writing a shopping list or thinking about what you've not done, and you're not present and you're not there. So for us, these soundscapes actually help people come through the different delta, theta, like brain waves to be able to put you on the bed and actually be able to get what you want to get out of the treatment. We layer the products to give optimum amounts of CBD so that you really, really have an effect from it. We use really innovative tools, so it's not just about the products, it's about the tools. We designed our own handcrafted bamboo to use, which is really lovely because it also has its own properties on the skin, but it gives back to the therapist as well. They can do a sports level massage that can really bring benefits, but without hurting themselves, so it's very holistic, and they're ultimately giving you that treatment. So you want them to be able to be in their best space, to be able to give back to you. We have crystals as part of the treatments, realigning the chakras. We throw everything at it. We say, how can we do more? How can we do it differently? We even finish with our CBD cocktail bitters, which is a really innovative mocktail. You add it to mocktails or cocktails. It's non-alcoholic. So it just finishes the whole experience inside and out. And it's come away the start of a transformational journey. It shifts your perspective. And I think that's the key, to always constantly be thinking about how you can get people to shift their perspective and do something differently and be more amazing and love their lives.
Yeah, I think for us, I mean, I told a little bit of the story, and I think compared to some of the other founders, our story was different. I didn't have a problem that I started with in this category. And so, but I think that lens that we brought to this was, I say this a little bit in jest, but I think like half of the products you see on Shark Tank are, I'm a mom or I'm a dad and I have this problem. And the assumption is that there are going to be so many other people with this problem. And there probably are. But the first thing we started doing was taking an objective lens to what people wanted, how they wanted it, and ultimately the experience they wanted. And so that was the initial kind of concepting and development of what we were going to make and how we were going to make it. As the business has progressed, I live up to the brand now. I do have 2 kids, so a lot has happened since then. But every single quarter, we open up applications for something called the Lalo Product Fam Council. And at this point, each quarter, we get somewhere between 10 to 13,000 applicants, of which we accept 10 people to be, testers, and they're in a Slack group. But in order to apply, these people are asking about 20 different questions around, and these are current customers of what products they have, what products do they have that are not Lalo, what colors do they like, what colors do they not like, what are the products they expect from Lalo in the future. And our whole thing is, right, how do we stay within this family for as long as possible? And so I think with that, we have gained an innate understanding of ultimately who that customer is and what they expect from us. And so that iterative process of constantly listening, constantly learning has been incredibly fruitful. And every single new color of product that anyone has ever seen from us has come directly from our customers. I think that like objective lens that you can bring, regardless if you have the problem or not directly, is really important, because just, like they teach you in school, listening is an incredibly important thing to do.
Such a great point. Absolutely. Listening to your customers, listening to the market is so important. When I think about innovation over time at IPSY, I think about it in 3 categories: what we offer, how we offer it, and how we communicate. And as I think about the innovation, what we offer has changed over time. We started as a sample size business, and now we offer so much more. We've got full size, we have subscription, we have full of products from which people could choose themselves. They consider that personalized. I got to pick that item out of a pool of items that I know were just for me, to providing reviews that allow us to continue to iterate and learn about our customers and provide them more personalized information, and quite frankly, provide our brand partners with reviews that they can then use on their site and just really provide value throughout the entire cycle. And then finally, how we communicate. From day one, we placed our bets on the creator economy. And thank goodness we did, because it has grown into something I don't think any of us could have imagined 12 years ago. And the way we communicate with our creators, who are incredible partners to us, we see them almost like extended employees. We have full-on onboardings with them. We have over 3,500 creators that we work with every month, and they allow us to engage and connect with our community in really personal ways that are authentic. And now that authenticity has become such a big deal, and not because it's the in thing, but because it's important. I think all of us would agree that we want to spend and invest our time and money in brands that mean something and that feel credible. Well, that's what we do with our creators, and we've been able to innovate through all the changes, back from when it was, MySpace, Facebook, to now with the innovations that we see platforms and algorithms changing every day, every week. It's something that we're able to communicate with our members in an innovative way.
So just to take a little bit of a step back in terms of our journey, we launched our first acupuncture studio in 2019, and we had an amazing year, but then we headed right into the pandemic. And so the studio shut down, and essentially what that led us to do was to expand into product, because we felt really passionately that people were suffering from stress and anxiety like never before, immunity, all sorts of different chronic pain from working at home. And so for us, it was important to still be able to serve our customers. And so we had always had an expansive product roadmap, just given that Chinese medicine is a multimodal approach. But that led us to actually accelerate our product roadmap and get into acupressure products like an acupressure mat and at-home cupping tools, and really try to put the power of Chinese medicine in our customers' hands. And so, I think really expanding into that omni-channel universe has been really interesting. And just to build a little bit off of what Greg and Tina were saying, listening to our customers is absolutely critical to us. And what's unique, because we have physical spaces, is that we actually have live testing grounds where we can be really close to our members. We also have a similar ambassador program where people can be product testers. And so, I think that's really important. And then I'd say two other things that are important tenets to us in terms of innovation is, one is we both go really far back in time as well as into the future. And everything that we do, we really try to blend the ancient traditional wisdom with the best of modern science. And the science, which is really exciting, is really starting to continue to emerge. And so we're able to kind of blend that together to create really powerful products and services. And I would say kind of with that, we're also able to use our customers to figure out, what are the key conditions that they're coming in for? What are the things that are really working well in the studio? And then turn that into new products and ideas. And then kind of the last thing that I would say is, if we think about where the innovation's coming from, it's also really coming from our team. And so we try to really encourage a culture of innovation for everybody at Within. And we take ideas from anywhere and everywhere and really try to get that feedback. And one thing that we've started doing recently that's been really fun is just challenging every team member kind of every week. What are you trying this week that's innovative? And I think just keeping that spirit alive throughout the company is really important as well.
So for me, I think innovation is all about you listening to what you need yourself. Is it pain relief? Is it anti-aging? Is it weight loss? What is it? And so we're really lucky, because we have amazing athletes wearing us, calling us and saying, okay, I want to recover overnight. So what can I develop for you? Or I have Shriners Hospitals calling me and saying, I want to, can you make things for fractures or dislocations? Can you do stuff for, this and that? And I think our biggest mistake in life is everything's a retread. You go here, everything is being remade. What's so special? And that's what we want to try to change and help other companies as well, is what's so special about what we have on the floor out here, and we want to be able to do something better. How can we make it change? We were just talking about this with my CMO. What can I add to this thread to make it so it cools your body down at the same time? What can I do? So the innovation actually, like I said before, for me it was an aha moment. For you guys need to actually meditate on this. You need to actually, if you're a company trying to figure out something that's different, for me, it's you. If you're the founder or you're the CMO or you're the product manager, how can we change the world? And it's not just sustainability. It's how can I affect your body without giving you medication from the inside? And so that's where everything that we do is try to lead by what's out there, where can we go, how can we change the world, and how can I have these guys wearing our products and they don't know how the hell it works? They're just like, oh, it feels good. You've actually affected a market when that happens.
Thank you so much. Well, I'm being told we only have 3 minutes left, so we don't have time for one more question. But I want to thank you all for coming and for sharing your stories. And I encourage you to reach out and say hi to these folks when you see them on the floor. They're working on really amazing things. And of course, if you have any questions about Kickstarter, please stop me and say hello. Well, I want to give a big round of applause to all of you.